Financial partners, Don and Gino.
Thank you for joining us every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., allowing us to help guide you to personal financial wellness. Don Getling here with co-host and good friend, Mr. Gino Franti.
Well, it's good to be back. I wasn't here last week, and it feels like I haven't
We
been
didn't
here.
even notice.
No. Here I am, missing you guys, missing everybody except for you, Don.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, and no love.
I forgot you weren't even here. Just kidding. Love having you here today, and it's always a little bit heavier lifting when I don't have you helping me ask these great questions. You're actually really good at asking the right questions of our guests, dude, because I'm setting up everything, and you're actually paying attention. Cool.
It's actually funny that you mentioned paying attention. I've said before that we know when we've had a really great radio show when I'm super excited to hear the next thing, right?
You're ADD.
Yeah. So if I'm really engaged and really excited to hear the next thing, then I know that we're having a great radio show. And a couple weeks ago, I actually had a similar situation with Randy. I was asked to go to one of his actual buyers' presentations. And it's kind of funny. So many years in the business, I don't think I've ever really done that, where I went and sat in a real estate agent's office with their buyers for their initial consultation. It's something they do normally without us. In this particular case, you asked me to be there. And I thought it was really, really good to see Randy and Liz operate and just watch them communicate with their clients and ask them the questions, as we always talk about, the goals, what are their needs, how everything's going to function, how they're going to communicate. I was like, I was really, really engaged. I thought it was awesome.
So you're paying attention to what Randy was doing?
I totally was. It was great.
I love it.
Well, number one, thank you very much for taking the time out of your Saturday to be there too. It's the first time we had ever done that, had a lender on site like that. And we thought it just made a lot of sense because that particular set of buyers, they had a lot of questions that were lending related. There were a lot of moving parts on that side of the deal that they really needed to figure out before we could help them at a high level on the buying side. So it just made sense for you to be there, and it was just a really good experience because, like you were saying, we've done so many transactions, in this capacity, the normal capacity, where I didn't see you, actually engaging with the clients. I heard after the fact that they loved your involvement and what have you, but I never actually saw it firsthand, and vice versa. So you kind of saw how we put things together, how we phrase things, how we try to really understand our clients' needs. And the great thing is our vision and the way we try to take care of our clients, it's very much in line with each other. You guys pride yourself on world-class service, and so do we.
Right.
And that was a huge plus for us. So it made a lot of sense. It was a great experience.
It was good because I got to hear from Gino after the fact. So from the outside looking in, Randy, it was really cool because he came back going, it was really nice, Don, is because you guys are just as important as we are. You think we just work with any real estate agent, but we work with the best of the best for a reason, because it's about the overall experience and the client getting what they really want from their goals. And you can't do that without asking the right questions. And Gino was so proud of you and Liz and how engaged you were with the clients, and thank you for including us, because that was another step in that direction, going, okay, let's bring the lender in.
Right.
If you have those questions, I'm not going to pretend I'm the expert, just like we don't pretend to be the experts in real estate.
Right.
We send them to you.
Yep.
Randy Plaice and Liz Perez with Keller Williams VIP Properties, in case you're listening. You guys asked the right questions, and you guys were completely engaged. And I love how engaged you get with your clients overall. I mean, Gino was mentioning how he got to see you in action,
right,
with your clients, and then I got to see you in action this last Saturday with you giving back to your past clients, not just looking for business right now. This is your past clients saying, "Hey, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being friends," because I can tell they're friends of yours,
right,
which is really cool. It wasn't just like, "Hey, who's Randy, by the way? Who's putting on this event?" So Randy put on a great event for all his past clients. Rented out the entire, what's the name?
Sky High Sports in
Sky
Valencia.
High Sports, that's right, the trampoline place. And rented out the whole thing. Got an Easter bunny there for pictures. Had baskets for the kids. Coloring contest, all kinds of stuff was going on. You guys did an incredible job. Of course, I'll give Liz all the credit.
I was just
right,
going to say,
of course.
I was just going to say, Randy, I'm not so sure that was all just you, buddy.
Nah, not all me. some of all the parts, but no, and we appreciate your partnership too, and just how much stuff you bring to the table, and again, how aligned our message is from us to our clients, and you and to the same clients, because we share a lot of the same clients, just because we are on the same page. And those kinds of events are very important. We want to pay back our clients at a high level. We want to turn them into friends, like what we're saying. because honestly, transactionally, it's great. It pays the bills. It allows me to provide for my children and things like that. But really, it's about the relationships long term, because I value those relationships. I like these people, and they're starting to like us. They're wanting to engage with us in these kinds of ways, and that helps our business too, because they're comfortable referring their friends, family, and colleagues to us because they know we're going to care, and we generally do care. Just like when what Gino was mentioning about the buyer consultation, that's a situation we're not going to have a transaction in the works probably for a period of time, but it's one of those things we do genuinely care. We want to try to set them up, and whether or not it makes sense for them to make a deal happen in the near future or not, we want to be that voice of reason and that honest, upfront consultant that tells them one way or another. And we know you guys work exactly the same way.
What was nice also was that being together and listening to their story at the same time, we were pretty much both able to determine at that time that they were not going to be able to act immediately.
Right.
So there was no tug of war of, hey, they want to get in the car and they want to go buy, and hey, let's get a pre-approval. Oh, I just showed them a house. There was none of that.
So it's not about the instant sale? Wow.
We just knew that they were not quite ready yet, but at least we're getting the process started. We're still holding their hands. We're getting them ready. And they're going to be holding the keys to a home in the next 6 months to a year.
Well, Randy, you hit the nail on the head. It's about the long-term relationship. I mean, you're developing a relationship. You want to be there as a resource for them for years to come. I mean, you have to build relationships, but even able to throw events and have clients show up at them, meaning you've developed a relationship.
Absolutely.
And the only way to do that is not just, purchasing gifts for them or this or that. It's really about asking the right questions and truly caring. And if you out there do not have a consultant in whatever field you're in, whether it be real estate, which is incredibly important due to the fact it's probably the largest asset and also the largest debt, so you better have a mortgage professional. I'm telling you go to an online person. I challenge you to call back and see if you get the same person. If you aren't talking to the same person, how accountable can they truly be? You need somebody who's accountable to you, accountable to your real estate professional, accountable to your community, and who is educated, has the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to give you the true, information to help you make an educated decision. If you aren't getting that, whether it's your insurance person, your CPA, your financial planner, your real estate professional, you're not working with the right person, and it's going to bite you in the
It
down
could
the
cost,
road.
we talk about the cost of bad advice, and what you were alluding to, Don, is a seasoned professional in our field particularly is not going to be working at an online bank. We're just not. That's just not what a seasoned professional does in our industry. And it's kind of the same thing in your industry. I know that some of those companies, some of those internet companies that spurred up doing real estate, a lot of them have fizzled out and died. I mean, they were basically lead generation modules for realtors, but because they were all entry-level real estate agents in this marketplace, if you're not a pro, it's not going to work.
That's very, very valid. And one thing that I just personally demand of everybody that I do business with is just upfront honesty, whether it be an insurance person, whether it be a mortgage professional like you guys. Something that I make sure that me and my team strive to attain.
You guys are pretty transparent, Randy.
Yeah, we'll be extremely transparent. We'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, you do. We love that, though.
We will tell you, because we don't want to play games. We don't want to play cat and mouse. We'll tell you too. Yeah, we'll have real conversations. But luckily, you guys are true professionals. You guys are also very responsive, which is huge on the lending side, because for an agent, there's nothing more frustrating than trying to get some answers from an online lender and not being able to reach that same person, not being able to have that accountability. That's a big problem, and it stops us from being able to serve our clients at a high level. So, it's great that you guys are as present as you are and as accountable. It's just a great resource for my clients. So that's part of why we align ourselves with you, because it's the same as what I'm saying, that I want to make sure that everybody I do business with is straight up, honest, and they tell us the good, bad, the ugly. They're just in that communication.
What I was thinking about right now is that you mentioned all these things, accountability and working together as a team, and what all of that really does is it creates predictable results. And if you can have predictable results and you can help people achieve their goals on a regular basis, there's no better secret to success.
Yeah, last thing you want to hear is, surprise!
Unless it's your birthday.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, so stay tuned, because we're the reason we brought that up was not just to, pat each other on the back, is to let you know how imperative it is that you work with a true professional that cares about you, ask the right questions, is a true consultant on your behalf, because it's more important than ever. You're talking one of the biggest assets and debts that you're going to have in your life, and it's a wonderful thing when you have the right people on your side. They will find you the right home and get you the right financing for it, just like Cherry Creek Mortgage and, of course, Randy Plaice and Liz Perez with the Randy Plaice team at Keller Williams VIP Properties. And next we're going to go over what are the numbers here in Santa Clarita as of right now. What are the trends from the previous years, and where do we think we're headed? You're going to want to hear this when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.